Welcome to our Christmas play, a story of one of the most extraordinary events in the history of the world. Our story starts out in a house in Nazareth. Mary is doing certain things around the house when something happens. An angel appears. Mary is frightened, but the angel says, do not be afraid. I bring you good tidings. You will conceive a son, and he will be the Savior of the world. Mary at first doubted this. She asked, how can I know this to be true? She said, then Gabriel answered, I am of the presence of the Lord himself, and he has chosen you for this very special purpose. And Mary was finally convinced. I am the Lord's servant, and I will do his commands. Then Gabriel left. Now Mary was engaged to Joseph, a local carpenter. Now he had been engaged to Mary. However, when he found out that she was pregnant, he had planned to divorce her secretly. However, that night, the angel Gabriel again visited. He said, do not be afraid to take Mary as your wife. The baby in her womb is conceived by the Lord. So Joseph agreed to continue with it. And Gabriel left. Now, in those days, Caesar Augustus, who was emperor over the Roman Empire, ordered that a census would be so that everyone should go to their hometown to be counted and taxed. Joseph's hometown was Bethlehem, the city of David, 72 miles away. So Mary, though she was close to having the baby, they traveled through rocky canyons, hot plains, until finally they reached Bethlehem, and it was almost time for the baby to be born. Now they went to the rooms of the innkeepers, but there was no rooms. However, when they came to the last innkeeper on the block, he offered them the stable. So, they accepted it.
Hee-haw!
That night, the baby was born. Now in the fields nearby Bethlehem, there were shepherds. The baby! Suddenly, an angel of the Lord appeared to them. At first, the shepherds were frightened, but then the angel said, do not be afraid. I bring you good tidings that will bring joy to the entire world. Today, in the town of David, a Savior has been born to you. You will find him wrapped in cloths and lying in a manger. Suddenly, a whole host of angels appeared, singing praises to God, and then they faded away. And the shepherds dashed into Bethlehem to find the child, and they found him in the manger. Now in the far east, there were 3 wise men. Now at the time Jesus was born, a bright star had appeared, and the Magi saw it, and they knew it was the child. So they went into Israel. Their first stop was Jerusalem. There they heard King Herod. Now he was the king of Israel at the time, and he would do anything to keep himself on the throne. When he had heard the reports of a new king, he called the wise men into his council. He told them to find the child. He told them to go to Bethlehem and find the child, then to bring the news to him so that he too could go and worship the child. The wise men left, unknowing that Herod was planning to kill baby Jesus. So the wise men went they offered gifts to Mary and Joseph. Gold, frankincense, and myrrh. They started to go back to Jerusalem, but an angel of the Lord appeared to them in a dream, telling them not to return to Jerusalem. So the wise men took to the east a different route. When Herod found out, he was furious. He ordered his soldiers to kill every baby boy 2 years and under in Bethlehem. However, as the soldiers were on their way, an angel of the Lord came to Joseph in a dream, telling him to take Mary and Jesus to Egypt. They packed and went into Egypt. That night, the soldiers came in and killed every child 2 years and under, and even a small town nearby. But Mary, Joseph, and Jesus escaped to Egypt. Later, when King Herod had died, and again the angel of the Lord appeared to Joseph in a dream, telling him to return to Israel. And Mary, Joseph, and Jesus returned to Israel. You see, we celebrate Christmas to remember how God gave us the most wonderful gift we could imagine, His Son. And that's why we open Christmas presents today, to remind us of the gift God gave us. Now, who's ready to open the presents under the tree?